Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name's Chloe, for those of you who don't know me. It has been a while, I know, but I'm back now and I'm filming my Crohn's disease, autoimmune disease, natural supplements that I take every day to kind of keep my autoimmune, which is Crohn's disease, for those of you guys that don't know, under control. These are just some things that have helped me, and you guys were curious, so I wanted to share them with you, and I hope, and I pray that these things will help those of you who are suffering or those of you who are just curious. So without further ado, let's just get on to the video. I've been trying to film this video. I kind of struggled with deciding like how I want to separate these things into groups and talk about them in groups, because there's some that I take on an empty stomach, some that I take after I eat, and then some that I take before bed. So I think I'm going to separate them like that, and we'll see how this goes. I'm not going to go super into detail with what each of these things do, but I will leave the link below to all of these things where you can find them. And also, if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments and I will do my best to answer them. Starting when I just wake up, I take a couple things, and I mean like right when I wake up. I have them on my bedside table and I take them as soon as I'm awake enough to take these pills. So I take two things right when I wake up, and that is Mucosaheal and slippery elm. And basically what these things are is they coat your stomach lining in your intestines so that when you go and put food in there, it kind of, I guess, glides easier or like doesn't disturb the stomach lining as much. Also, on an empty stomach, I will take a probiotic. Now I have two probiotics that I take. This is called this is the Garden of Life Primal Defense Ultra Ultimate Probiotic Formula. And then this is the Hyperbiotics Pro 15, the Perfect Probiotic. And I use these not together. I only take one at a time. So depending on which one I take, I kind of alternate. I'll take this one the first time I eat, or I take these pills on an empty stomach. This one the second time I take these pills on an empty stomach. And I take one of each of these. So that'll kind of take either with right when I wake up or a little bit later, but still on an empty stomach, you want to take those probiotics. And I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but the slippery elm and Mucosaheal, I'll take one or two of each. All these things I take not only right when I wake up, but between meals as well. So between breakfast and lunch, if I'm not at school, so like Saturdays and Sundays, I'll take these. And you want to leave like ideally an hour after you eat, and then take them, and then wait another hour until you eat again. I know that doesn't always work with your schedule, but that is what I try to do with those. Next, I'm going to go into what I take when I eat. Now, these are super important. They kind of just aid my body in doing things that my body can't really do because of Crohn's disease. So, like digestion, basically. I'll start with this one because this is the one I started taking first. This is the Garden of Life Omegazyme Ultra Ultimate Digestive Enzyme. So these I'll take every time I eat. I'll take either one or two of them, depending basically on how like terrible the food I ate was, but I never fail to take that. The next most important thing, I think this is the most effective thing that I've added to my supplement routine, is ginger root. So this is literally what it says it is, ginger root. This I take every time I eat, and it is absolutely amazing. It has been a game changer for me, and if you're gonna take one thing from this whole thing, I don't recommend only taking one, but if you're going to choose one thing from all of this, I would definitely do the ginger, because ginger is just all around a superfood. Another thing that I take when I eat, particularly when I eat gluten or bread, is this Dr. Tobias Digest Plant-Based Enzyme. And this, although it helps with, my exposure is so bright, I'm so sorry, but we're just gonna have to go with it for now. This I take especially when I eat either bread, gluten, just kind of bad things, but I do usually take this all the time. And I only take one of these with everything else. Oh, another thing, only take one ginger. Don't take more than one ginger every time you eat, because it is very strong. So this, the Dr. Tobias Digest Plant-Based Enzyme, this is another one I take once every time I eat. Now, this is something that I don't take every single time I eat, but if my stomach's kind of upset, I'll go on kind of like some treatments of this. Like I'll, if I know I'm eating badly, or if my stomach's just not doing too well, I'll take this every time I eat for, I don't know, 2-3 days. And this is milk thistle. My whole family kind of takes this just because it's so good for like sensitive stomachs. It also helps the liver, detoxify the liver, so this is just all around health. I would recommend this. I want to talk about some things that I don't necessarily take on an empty stomach or when I eat, I take them every day. I make sure I take them every day, and they have helped me so much. So the first thing that I would say is the most important, and this has not only helped my Crohn's disease, but everyone has been saying how clear my skin looks lately and how my hair looks so healthy, and I honestly think this is the reason for all of that stuff, as stupid as that sounds, but this is the Dr. Tobias triple strength omega-3 fish oil. And this is fish oil tablets, as it says, and I take 2 of these every single day, and they are giant. They're literally horse pills. Like, what, I don't know, what can I compare this? Oops, I lost one. Like, do you see that? It's literally huge. But this is amazing. So I take 2 of these every single day. Usually I take them at night, but it varies. Sometimes I'll take them during the day, and it doesn't matter whether I take them with food or without food. Another thing that's similar to the fish oil that I've been taking every single day is this called Krill Oil. And this is another horse pill, and this one's kind of scarier because it's black or like dark red or something. But that's what this one looks like. It's huge, but also it glides down easily. Another thing just helps with overall health. With autoimmunes, you guys that have them know that they kind of beat your body down. You feel kind of tired all the time. For Crohn's disease in particular, your body can't absorb all the nutrients from food. A couple things that I found have helped fight that are vitamin D3 and vitamin B12. So this D3, again, I take it usually once a day. Usually when I go to sleep. They're super tiny, so I can't even tell I'm taking them, really, compared to all the other ones. Super tiny. This is the Viva Naturals brand, and it's the 5000 IU. Maintains healthy bones, promotes happy mood, and supports immune health. So autoimmune, immune systems attacking itself, immune health. This D3 is awesome. And then another thing, just for energy, and this says supports brain cells and nerve tissues, is B12. And these are actually, I take 2 of these a day usually, or 1 of them a day too when I'm feeling extra tired. If you guys have ever taken Motrin, if you guys remember what Motrin tastes like, they taste exactly like Motrin. I'm gonna take one right now actually. So I usually take these before school or before I go to practice. Speaking of practice, I had to take this a lot from practice. This is Boswellia Extract, and what this does is it's an insane anti-inflammatory. So this past school season, I either broke, jammed, sprained, I don't know what I did, but I hurt my ring finger super badly, and it was super inflamed. And I took this kind of on a routine basis. So I took 1 of these, 2 of these every single day, and it really brought down the inflammation, because with Crohn's disease, my lining in my digestive tract really isn't that great. So I cannot take Advil. I can take Tylenol, but not Advil. So I need to find another anti-inflammatory, and that Boswellia is amazing. And also, autoimmune disease usually have to do with inflammation, so that reducing overall inflammation in the body kind of just prevents from flare-ups, especially in my case. One thing that I forgot to mention that I don't have with me right now is aloe water. It's just 100% aloe water, and I take 2 ounces of that every single morning with my very first pills, my Mucosaheal and Slippery Elm, and that's just another anti-inflammatory. It's not super crucial, but I think it has helped me, so I definitely recommend that too, and that will be linked below, just like everything else. I talked about this in my What I Eat in a Day, but I really wanted to talk about it in my supplement video because I feel like it did make a huge difference in helping my Crohn's disease, and when I am experiencing flare-ups, I do treatments of this, and it really, really helps. So this is called L-Glutamine, and this is one of the most abundant amino acids in the human body. It is involved in many metabolic processes, including the synthesis and protection of muscle tissue, the production of glycogen, as well as immune support during periods of immune and muscular stress. So, again, immune health, just like a lot of these things that I'm taking, bringing your immune system up will make the world of a difference with autoimmunes, especially with Crohn's disease. So this is actually also great. Supports muscle tissue and immune function. There it is again. So this is great, A, for soreness, like when you work out and your muscles are really sore, this will help with that. But B, for immune support, So the way I take this, I'll take like a heaping tablespoon of this, and I will put it in either orange juice or cranberry juice or some flavored juice, flavored drink of choice. I don't put this in water. You can put this in water, it's totally up to you, but I think it's kind of disgusting. It kind of has a little bit of aftertaste in water, but if you put it in like a flavored juice, you literally can't taste it at all. So I put like a heaping tablespoon in there, mix it up, chug that. Sometimes I'll take my pills with that and knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. And I'll take this ideally 3 times a day when my stomach is not doing too well, but if you can take this every day, that'd be even better. And not only do I take this in just like juices or flavored drinks, but I will put this in my smoothies or in my coffee, which I shouldn't drink coffee, but I do put this in my smoothies, and that adds an extra superfood in there. Another thing that I wanted to share with you guys that I don't have right now because I've run out of it, but it is Bentonite Clay. And what it is it's clay, and you pour it in like 8 ounces of water in a non-metal shaker, shake it up and drink that when, let's say, you ate something bad, you feel kind of like blocked up, and then you drink that, and that kind of just suctions all of the bad stuff out of your lining and your stomach and just sends it right through you. That is awesome when I know I ate something that I shouldn't have, or when I'm not feeling good. But that is amazing. Another amazing thing that I do, again, when my stomach's not feeling well. At night, one thing that I do that a lot of you guys may be kind of weirded, maybe not weirded out by, but intimidated by, is this Hyperbiotics Natural Herbal Suppository for fissures. So if you don't know what a suppository is, go look that up because I'm not going to explain that to you. But this basically, if you have like ulcers in that area, then I don't even know like what the best way to put this is, because like my friends from school watch my YouTube videos. But anyways, sorry if this is TMI. Kind of just like a coating so that you don't bleed as much. It's not as much like friction, I guess. And this I use every night, but I'm supposed to use every night. But when my stomach is flaring up, I will use this, and it's a natural steroid, and helps heal and soothe anal and rectal tearing and fissures. And it is super thin. I just want to show you guys because I know these things, just like the name and like the concept, can be super intimidating. And I thought so too at first, but if you can put a tampon in, this is like much easier. Boys, if you can't put a tampon in, it's not that hard. So like, do you see how thin that is? Like, that's so thin. And you just use that. And it says you can use it, I think, like 3 times a day. I only use it 1 time a day, and it works great for me. But this is really awesome. On my case with my Crohn's disease, thankfully I haven't had much pain with it. I don't usually have stomach pain, but when I do, I get it really, really bad. And it feels like someone, basically the best way to describe it is it feels like someone's taking your intestine and giving them like a, what is it called? Like an Indian burn or something? Basically twisting them together. Remember when people used to do that to your arm at recess, like twist your skin both ways? That's what it feels like, but like in your intestines. So, a couple things that I do when I do get these really painful flare-ups is I will double up on my Boswellia Extract because that will disinflammate again. And then something that I don't have with me right now that is honestly a miracle worker. I'm not sure how it works, but it is so amazing. It's called Castor Oil. And what you do is you put it on like a flannel cloth that it comes in a little kit. It comes with castor oil removal wipes, and a flannel cloth. So I will take my flannel cloth, put some castor oil all over it, place it on my stomach, like right where it hurts, and then take plastic wrap, and I will just like basically mummy myself, like wrap it around my body, and then I'll put a heating pad over it, and literally in like 10 minutes, my stomach will start feeling better. That stuff is absolutely amazing. If you have painful symptoms, definitely recommend that, and that again will be listed down below. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about, some of you wanted to know my symptoms that I had and how I found out I had Crohn's disease, and then the other main portion of this, which is like what causes my symptoms and what triggers my flare-ups. So starting with what symptoms did I have. So I'm sorry if this is TMI. Those of you who know me and probably don't want to know this stuff about me, just like click out now. My symptoms were last year, 2 years ago, club season, and I started bleeding really badly when I was going to the bathroom. And it went on for a little bit. I didn't think it was a big deal. I thought like, oh, maybe I ate something bad. Maybe I have like food poisoning. I don't know what I thought. Maybe it's my period, like for all I thought. Like I didn't know. So I just kind of like let that go on for a couple weeks, and then I told my mom. She's like, yeah, that's not normal. So we went to the stomach doctor, the gastroenterologist. I tell him all my symptoms. He's like, you probably have Crohn's disease. Later, I got a colonoscopy done, and I found inflammation in my digestive tract. So he was like, yes, you have Crohn's disease. Now here's what we're gonna do. He prescribed me a Prezo, and oh my gosh, I was such a wreck. I was so upset. But my mom and my dad thought about it for a while. They prayed about it. They did a lot of research into it, and they decided you're not going to take this prescription medicine because A, it doesn't prove to be effective, B, it only causes more problems in the long run, and C, people have helped themselves more effectively naturally, so we're going to try that. My mom, the angel that she is, literally spent days and nights, hours upon hours upon hours doing research, finally came up with this amazing concoction for me. And I'm not saying that this has completely cured my Crohn's disease, and some days are bad, some weeks are bad, but for the most part, this has helped me so much. So now I want to go into what triggers my flare-ups and what I can and cannot eat. So starting with food, there's a couple things that I have realized, I've come to realize that I cannot eat without hurting my stomach. In the beginning of my Crohn's disease, what I did was I basically took everything and cut it out. I did juice cleanses, I did pre-digested food cleanses, I did broth, I did a whole bunch of different smoothies, a whole bunch of different things. So basically I started from like ground zero, and I removed gluten, dairy, sugar, processed food. What else? So basically I was on a diet of fruits, vegetables, and protein, lean protein. And that worked pretty well for me. And then I slowly started to introduce things that one at a time that I thought, okay, maybe I can eat this. So I slowly started introducing gluten. Turns out I can eat gluten and I'm fine. And so on. So at this point in my life, at this stage in my life, the things that I cannot eat are dairy. Dairy is number one. I cannot eat dairy. It messes me up big time. So I've completely eliminated that. And then some other things that cause my stomach to be upset are a lot of raw vegetables. Let me zoom this in a little more. Another thing that causes my stomach to be upset is a lot of raw vegetables. So salads are not the best for me. I know it's super surprising, like you think they're so healthy, but they're very hard to digest for my stomach. So I try to stay away from too much raw vegetables. Coffee is not good for me. It just irritates my stomach. It's not great. Processed foods, not great. Try to stay away from those. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Spicy foods, for obvious reasons. That doesn't help anyone with stomach problems. Spicy foods just aren't good. Fried foods, I try to stay away from those as much as possible just because the oil is so heavy in your stomach. And I try to limit my sugars. I have a huge sweet tooth, so that's really hard for me. But as much as I can, I try to limit, again, the processed foods and the sugars. But I would say dairy, coffee, and raw vegetables are the three top things that irritate my stomach the most. But for a while, fruits with thick skin or vegetables with thick skin, like grapes, tomatoes, those things were pretty hard for me to eat. Some other factors that affect my Crohn's disease and that may cause some flare-ups are, there are four main things that I would say can cause more flare-ups for me. First thing, period. When my period comes around, my stomach just goes to craps, basically. Like, it's not good. I don't know why. I think it has something to do with the hormones. So when I get my period, I kind of expect for my stomach to not be great, which is fine. It literally just lasts that 1 week, and then I'm back to normal. Another thing is stress. When I'm under a lot of stress, my stomach goes horribly. With a lot of autoimmune diseases, this happens. Your body is already attacking itself, so adding stress to it is really not helping the cause. So for example, I had to stop playing super competitive volleyball. That one season that I was diagnosed, that was my last season, because the stress of like first the pressure, second balancing, like maintaining my schoolwork with the volleyball load, missing school. It was just a lot of stress on me, on my body, taking a toll on my body, and sometimes you just have to sacrifice some things for your health. Thirdly is allergies. When it's allergy season, my stomach just isn't as good as it is when it's not allergy season. A lot of people say this, that when it's allergy season, their stomach does get more flare-ups. I'm not sure why this is. I'm assuming it has something to do with autoimmunes because this is common on all autoimmunes. I'm thinking what it has to do is the inflammation. When you have allergies, there's more inflammation in your body, so that obviously triggers autoimmunes. And then lastly is your sleep level. Sleep, I've realized there's one more thing, I'll talk to you about it after. Sleep, I've realized, makes such a huge difference just on your overall health, and that's just the time when your body can like restore itself. So imagine if your body's already attacking itself and then you decide not to give it time to restore itself, it's just not going to end well for you. I find that when I go to sleep late for like a week in a row, let's say I have a lot of school stuff going on at school or whatever, my stomach tends to be worse than if I were getting good rest. And one more thing that I just remembered is exercise. Exercise has honestly helped me so much with my Crohn's disease, and I know that sounds so stupid and like, oh, being fit like makes you healthier, but in all honesty, like exercise not only improves your overall health, but I swear it improves your autoimmune diseases, kind of keeping them from progressing as badly. As you can see from all of these things, from the supplements to the food to the your overall well-being and mental health, I feel like autoimmune diseases can be helped with your overall body health and immune system health. So when your immune system is up, your autoimmunes are gonna be more controllable. When you get more sleep, when you're not under as much stress, when you're taking a whole bunch of supplements that your body loves, your body will hopefully be doing better. I know mine is proven to. So that's one thing I recommend. It's not going to be just one secret potion. It has to be, you have to really just start taking care of your body, taking good care of your body. I wanted to thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope this helped. If you start doing any of these things and you find that it did help, please leave me a comment down below, email me. If you have any questions about anything that I talked about, leave me a comment, email me. I'll do my best to get back to you and do a little bit more research. But I highly encourage all of you to do your own research on all these things. I'll link them all down below. And I wish you guys the best. For those that are suffering right now, it will get better. Hoping that these supplements will help you the way they helped me. And I just wanted to thank you guys so much for the support. I'm sorry for the long wait for this video. I don't even have an excuse. But I'm glad it's finally out now. And if you like this video, like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!